I think so.
Like, we're gonna be married.
And honestly, I understand why Josh wanted answers. It's not always about being jealous. Sometimes it's about trying to understand boundaries. Every relationship has different rules, and when a close friendship already exists before someone enters the picture, everyone involved has to make sure there is respect and clear communication. Josh questioning Ryan seemed like he wanted to know if there was anything deeper between him and Catie, or if it was truly just a friendship. Because from the outside looking in, sometimes friendships can look confusing when people are extremely close. But at the same time, Ryan also had questions for Catie, which made the whole situation even more complicated. Ryan was not just sitting there quietly, he also wanted clarity about where he stands and what their friendship means moving forward. That shows there were conversations that probably needed to happen before everything reached this point. On 90 Day Fiance, relationships are already stressful because couples are dealing with trust, pressure, family opinions, and different expectations. Adding a close friendship into the middle can make everything even harder. The biggest thing Catie needed to do was make sure both Josh and Ryan understood their roles in her life. Because when boundaries are unclear, people start creating their own ideas about what is happening. And that's where problems begin. Catie might see the situation one way, Josh might see it another way, and Ryan might have his own feelings about everything. Nobody can truly understand each other unless they actually communicate. The conversation became awkward because it felt like everyone was trying to figure out information that should have already been clear. Josh should not have to wonder where he stands, Ryan should not have to question what his friendship means, and Catie should not be stuck in the middle trying to explain everything after tension already started. That's why communication matters. Sometimes people think avoiding uncomfortable conversations keeps the peace, but it actually creates more confusion later. If there is nothing romantic between Catie and Ryan, then making that clear helps everyone move forward. But if there are mixed emotions or unclear boundaries, that needs to be addressed too. Because relationships need trust, and trust becomes difficult when someone feels like they do not have the full picture. The interesting part about this situation is that both Josh and Ryan seemed like they wanted answers from different perspectives. Josh wanted to understand Ryan's place in Catie's life. Ryan wanted to understand how things were changing with Catie, and Catie was the person connecting both of them. That puts a lot of pressure on her because she has to balance respecting her friendship while also respecting her relationship. Sometimes when someone has a close friend before a relationship starts, they don't realize how that friendship might look to their partner. Something that feels normal to them might feel uncomfortable to someone else. That does not mean the friendship is wrong. It just means boundaries need to be discussed. A healthy relationship does not mean cutting people off, but it does mean making sure your partner feels respected. The same goes for friendships. A close friend also has to understand when someone enters a serious relationship, certain things might change. That is just part of life. On 90 Day Fiance, this type of situation becomes even more intense because everything is happening under pressure. People are trying to figure out love, commitment, and the future, while also dealing with outside opinions. Josh's reaction showed that he needed reassurance. Ryan's questions showed that he also needed clarity. And Catie needed to explain exactly what she wanted, because if she does not, this situation could create bigger problems later. Sometimes the biggest relationship issues do not come from what actually happened. They come from unanswered questions. When people do not know the truth, they start assuming, and assumptions can damage trust. At the end of the day, this situation with Josh, Ryan, and Catie was not just about one conversation. It was about boundaries. It was about honesty. It was about understanding how everyone fits into each other's lives. Now the question is whether they can move forward with clear expectations or if this friendship will continue creating tension. Because on 90 Day Fiance, unresolved issues always find a way to come back.